Hello everybody. This video is going to be about wounded capacity, how to increase it, and how does it work. First of all, you have here the hospital. Hospital is going to give you a number of soldiers that are able to get healed here before they die. Okay, you can have some data here that how many soldiers, but actually you can see properly in the garage here my wounded units. You can see very clearly that, for example, I have 300,000, a bit more. So this is the quantity of soldiers that my hospital is able to hold before the soldiers start dying. Okay, and this is very important. Now, one important detail to take into account here, when I attack a city, you can see here that my army span is 223,000, a bit more. Okay, so let's imagine that even if my whole army dies, okay, my hospital is not going to be full. So my whole army has to die, and still my hospital will not be full. And also there's another thing that sometimes we tend to forget. There's a biochemical hospital here. Has a little bit capacity here, 30,000 more. Okay, so it is 330,000 units, something like that. Like maybe 1.5 army, something like that, more or less. Okay. So what we need to take into account is when we are attacking a city, we are using here our Titans and our plane. Okay, and you can only use them with one army at a time. You cannot use it with two armies at a time. They will go only with the first army, and so it is not useful to use 2 or 3 armies at the same time to attack targets. Okay, because you are losing the buffs from the Titans, and this is the reason why we generally attack with one army and we hide the rest of the troops. Okay, like this, if we get our army killed, but our hospital is not full, we will not lose units. Okay, there's another detail to take into account. When we are attacking, no matter what, okay, when we are attacking, I'm going to show you some reports here. When we are attacking, you can see here, you're always going to lose units. Always. There will be some loss. Maybe not much. This is very low level city that I attacked. So my level was much higher. Still, I lost some units. So you can see here that on the units lost, part of them were wounded units. They went to the hospital. But this might happen or may not happen. For example, here I lost 19 units. None of them went to the hospital. Okay? So you might lose them for good, or you might lose a part of them and convert them into the hospital. You can recover them there. Okay? So first of all, the first advice is your hospital capacity should always be higher than your army. Okay? And how do we increase the hospital capacity? First of all, obviously increasing the hospital. Okay? Then you have these medic stations. You should increase them. All of them. Maximum level is 30. After 30 you cannot increase it anymore. Another way is by using some specific officers. For example, I'm going to show from here. For example, here I don't use it, but I have also Brave Star. And Brave Star, you can see here that will increase the maximum wounded capacity. Also, Brave Star has, let's say, this skill when you make it 5 stars that will increase the the ratio that from the dead that is converted into wounded. Okay, and there is also some other, for example, in the elite equipment facility, you can have, I think it is this one. Yes, increase of maximum wounded units, you can see there as well. All right, so there are different ways. Also, there are decorations from here. I don't have any regarding this, but there will also be decorations that help you with this. Okay, so it should be always bigger. In this way, even if you have a very, very bad attack and you lose a lot of units, like there will be a big percentage going to the hospital. Another thing, as I said, if you are the one attacking, you will always lose units. Okay, there's a possibility that you don't lose any, but it is a low possibility. However, when you are defending, let's imagine that he gets attacked, so I will reinforce with my army. When you are defending, you will not lose units, okay? They cannot die. They will go directly to the hospital. However, if your hospital is full, okay, if for example, my hospital had these 300,000 units that we were talking about, right now, for example, I'm healing some units. You can see how many here. So you can see I have 2,000 units here. Okay, so 2,000 units I have here. So if they were close to 300,000, if I lose another amount of units, the hospital capacity will be filled and they will automatically die because they cannot be treated. So this is something that we have to control. Okay, if you see that your capacity is full, the hospital is getting full, you shouldn't fight more. Okay, you can also see the total of units here in Fleet Army. You can see that I have 854,000. Okay, so this means that, for example, if I let my city be attacked, my hospital can hold only 300,000. This means that I will lose 550,000 units. Okay, if I let my city be attacked, let's imagine during a killing event or something, I would lose half of my power, roughly. Okay, so this is why we always have to shield or hide troops and so on. Also, it is very important, like I said, when you are attacking, only attack with one army and hide the rest. Okay, because if you don't hide the rest, well, while you're attacking, let's say, imagine that we are going to attack this city, the rest of the army is in your city, and then let's say if this city attacks me, they are going to kill some units sent to the hospital, and if during my attack to this city, also I lose units, I might get my hospital full fastly because of my units in the city being attacked and the units I'm losing while I'm attacking. So I might really lose a bunch of units. There is a way to prevent this when you're attacking, not to lose units. Also, I forgot to say that there are commander skills also that increase your wounded capacity. Okay, this is also another thing, is to use SOS. When you use SOS, it says in your next solo attack, no troops will die. All of them will be wounded. Okay, but well, this is something you can do once every 24 hours. And also, it's important not to forget that if your hospital is full, if you use SOS, even if it is written there that the troops will be wounded, not dead. If your hospital is full, they will die. Okay, following the same logic. Okay, so remember, in defense, the troops will not die unless the hospital capacity is full. Imagine, let's put an example. Let's imagine I am reinforcing this, and this, and this, and this, with 4 fleets. Okay, so this is something very, very wrong to do. If they 4 get attacked, okay, my hospital capacity will be surpassed and my troops will eventually die at some point. Okay, so it is very important to keep this into account. And that's it. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.